actor and singer Teyana Taylor and actor Aaron Pierre. Now, since Teyana announced her separation from Iman Shumpert, because I don't think she's officially divorced, somebody else let me know in the comments if that's the case, but she's been moving a little differently than we've seen her. And the streets basically are saying Aaron Pierre may be, the next best thing for her. So let's find out if this is a rebound, or is it clout, or is this really a power move, making them part of the new wave of young Black Hollywood it couples? Okay, so let's see if there's some real love here, or just headlines driving the connection. Now, I did do a little pre-shuffle just to save time, and I did get the evening red dress and then the mountain in reverse. Okay, so I was picking up on that being like Teyana's energy. She, I think, likes dressing up for him. That's what I'm picking up on. I don't know if it's like the, the red carpet appearances that they've had. I don't know if they've had like a ton of them, but I mean, I have seen them a few times. There's something about her dressing up for him that she really likes. Either she likes his reaction or she just likes how it makes her feel. But with this mountain in reverse, I am seeing something about like this possibly stemming from or pointing to the fact that she likes the fact that she has someone to do things with. Like she can accomplish more with this person. Almost kind of has like a partner. Okay. Now, when I was shuffling and I said his name out loud, the cards that came out were Karmic, Overstep Boundaries, and We Outgrew Each Other. So I don't know if this is about like his past relationship or if this is talking about her past relationship with Iman. I do feel like they did outgrow each other. They both could have outgrown the relationships that they were in before getting together. And those relationships could have been seen as karmic. This overstepped boundaries card, though, I'm not exactly sure what that is about. But I do have some questions also about the other two cards that came out when I said his name. There was something about career and dishonesty. So I don't know if somebody is, if their careers separately has created moments where they have had dishonesty in their past relationships. Okay. I don't know if it's about this relationship. It's more so something that I'm picking up about the past. Okay. So we could be seeing something about a love story playing out between them where they have shared experiences. Okay. Now let's move on to these questions. What are Teyana's true feelings and intentions toward Aaron? Okay, we have a couple that just kind of flew out funny. Okay, so we have lessons. There are still lessons I have to learn before I can be ready with you, but this came out in the reverse. And then we have desperate. I'm in a bind and don't have anyone else to reach out to. Searching. I'm not ready to be with you yet because I'm still searching for myself and I don't really know who I am. Network, there is potential for a pass across in the workplace or through professional endeavors. Okay, and then queer came out in the reverse. Being a part of the LGBT community is really important aspect of my identity. Okay, this is getting strange quickly. And then I have three other cards. Effortless. The universe supports our union and our love will happen effortlessly. Balance. I love how well we complement each other and balance each other out. And then we have perspective. I appreciate your unique perspective on a situation. I value your opinion. Okay, so the perspective card is falling underneath the searching and network card. So there could be some clarity that they get from each other, being in each other's lives, especially during this time. Both of them are having a lot of successes in movies. Teyana just had her movie premiere with Leonardo DiCaprio. I haven't seen it yet. Aaron obviously has been in The Lion King. He's done some other movies, I think, that I've seen on Netflix, and then maybe a show or something. I don't know, but it's something about their career that is heavily influencing this relationship. Okay, but they do seem to balance each other out. There could be a certain sense of a flow. Okay. Now this queer card is kind of confusing me a little bit. I don't know if this is speaking about her or him or what, both of them. All right, we have jaded. I'm not in a place where I can provide love, or I can provide love to a partner because I'm still stuck in the past. And then partner. With our combined skill sets, we're going to make an amazing team. Okay. So this is really interesting. All right. So we were talking about what are Teyana's true feelings and intentions towards Aaron. And what's interesting to me is I feel like there's conversation. I could be wrong. You let me know in the comments. There's conversation about if this relationship is real or if it could be like a push for the both of them as far as like their careers are concerned. But it does feel like their relationship is grounded. So the fact that there's something about like lessons being learned and searching, these could be things like that are big aspects of the relationship that they've had to come out of and into this one with all this new success. I feel like there's something about either the talk around them or this is just exactly what's happening. Like they realize how they can contribute to each other's lives equally. Okay, because with this balance card here and effortless, maybe they see that there is a benefit of it being, you know, like where they are two people coming up in Hollywood. But I'm not seeing it as like someone using the other person, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's move on to Aaron. How does Aaron really view Teyana? As a love interest, status move, or genuine connection? All right, we have collaboration. Let's work together to achieve shared success. And then secrets. There's something I haven't been completely honest about you. Completely honest with you about, child. There's something I haven't been completely honest with you about. Okay. What is this? Clarify collaboration and secrets. All right, we have ghosted and past. I still haven't gotten over what occurred in the past. Okay. Somebody's not over what happened to them in the past. I don't know if this is Teyana. I don't know if it's him. I did ask about him, but I don't know if this is like his reaction to maybe seeing that Teyana hasn't gotten over her past, or if this is her realizing this about him, or if this is just him admitting this about himself. Okay, but there is something here. Okay, because these themes are repeating themselves. Let's move on to the relationship. Is this relationship rooted in passion, business, or healing after her separation? Because also, too, with the fact that she separated from Iman, I feel like they had broken up for a while, so they hadn't been around each other. But she still is she either is still technically married to him, or she was just separated and about to get a divorce. But it was kind of like there was one door that was still open while she was still with Aaron. So it could have been a situation where it wasn't a clean break. And some of that has had some spillover in the relationship. Maybe in the beginning of it, it was a little messy. I do remember her being online and trying to clear up some things that were happening with Iman. I can't remember exactly. I guess he took her to court. Or if this is about the divorce, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so how do their energies align? Is this karmic, soul tie, or short-term fling? Okay. Okay, we have two cards that flew out. We have chemistry. I'm totally feeling the craziest vibes with you, and heartbreak. I'm not ready for you yet because I'm still in the process of healing from my last relationship. Okay, so there's a lot of like the 3 cards that talk about their partnership are really good, right? We have this effortless, balanced chemistry, partner, and collaboration thing, right? And those cards feel really strong. But there could be something about maybe even Teyana realizing that she still has some healing to do, and that's okay. It could just make things a little, interesting, I guess, while still being in a relationship with someone new. If you are still working things out or still trying to navigate a past relationship, there could be something that still affects that. So, I do want to pull some more, but hold on. I want to see something for a second because there's something also here about time. There's 3 cards that have clocks, okay? And those cards definitely relate to time in some way. Let's keep going though. All right, what does Spirit have to say about Aaron's motives in pursuing Teyana? We have comfortable. Are you really ready to give up your old ways to be with me? Okay, that's kind of cute. And then catch, I'm everything you've been looking for and more. Okay, so somebody's very sure of themselves. They understand that they are a good catch, and this could also be vice versa as well. So there is a lot of chemistry between the two of them. He could maybe want things to be a little bit more serious at some point, but I don't know. Again, if she's not fully divorced, that could halt things a little bit. Because who knows how her money is tied up or what lawyer fee she still has to pay for to kind of like clear herself from Iman. We have hookup card. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Underneath that, please clarify. What is that? I feel like we are in each other's lives for a reason. Serendipity. So there's something serendipitous about this relationship. It could be, you know what? It also could be a thing where what makes them so comfortable with each other and makes it very easy is that it helps them tap into a space when they remember what relationships were like when they were happy, and it's maybe not even about like the specific past person that they were with, whoever that may be. This could just be about like the feelings that they get when they're with each other, even though there may be some complicated things going on internally with one or both of them. Okay, let's see. Is this relationship here to elevate Teyana's journey post Iman, or is it a temporary distraction? We have sabotage. I'm literally working to undermine your efforts. And then event. Don't be afraid to get out of the house more. It may be an opportunity for us to meet. All right. So this event card is also talking about like, I feel like this is going back to the cards that came out in the beginning about like the evening dress. I think she really does enjoy going out with him. There's something about like them going out. Like it just makes them feel good. And then I'm reminded of the fact that she's a young mother too. So being out and still being able to like have someone that you're comfortable with and you can kind of tap into your old self, but in a new vibe could be really helpful for this growth process. The sabotage card though feels like an ex. Like I swear this does not feel like them. This kind of does feel like an ex. Like this could be either Iman could be trying to sabotage like moments for her. Maybe he's not happy about like her being able to move on from him. Maybe there's something about his ex. I don't know. I don't even know who his ex is. If he's been linked to one, y'all let me know in the comments. All right. What's the long-term outcome? Is this a publicity stunt, lasting love, or a messy fallout? Because that part is still not clear. It's like, okay, they like each other, but is this going to be, something that is actually going to build into something? Brag, I can't wait to tell you the amazing thing that happened to me. Situationship. Wow. I don't think we need labels or define. I don't think we need to label things or define our relationship. Well, baby, I think it is being defined. you know what? They could be just like having fun with each other, and that's all good. Like, it seems like it's a very intense relationship. I also feel like they may have like really good sex, something about that. Like that with that chemistry card and the balance, I feel like they are each other's outlet. So it may be something that's temporary, but it's a good thing. And if it were to end, I don't think it would be terrible. I don't think it would be like a bad relationship, breakup, because we have the lessons in searching card, which tells me that they could be meeting each other on this timeline essentially and be there for each other for specific reasons. So the motives don't seem necessarily negative. It's more so about like, I can teach you a thing or two about like, moving in this type of room or vice versa. They both have different experiences. I think this is the first time that she's being recognized at this level, even though she's been in movies before. And he's obviously been in a high profile movie and had things underneath his belt. So they are almost like each other's sounding board, is what it feels like. It could have also started off really strong. Okay, so sometimes when relationships start off really strong, not necessarily strong, but again, we're talking about like energies and the intensity of it. And I just mentioned about like how they seem to have a lot of, sexual chemistry with each other. There could be something here about that possibly having a burnout. And not to make that even a bad thing. Every relationship has its moment to where, you have highs and lows, and maybe you move past the honeymoon phase and it's not as hot and heavy as it was before. But there is the best friend card underneath here. So like I said, I feel like they are partners with each other. She feels really comfortable with him. He feels comfortable to do life, in this moment with each other. So we may have to see how this plays out. I love that I can confide in you about anything. You've been so supportive, and I'm fortunate to have you in my life. So they're really grateful for each other, which is also really nice. Sometimes people get into each other's lives and they're not really appreciative of the person, like to the core. Not that, oh, he's super fine and like he makes me feel this way. And, it's not about how a person can make you feel, even though obviously that's an aspect to it. It's also about appreciating who the person is. So I think that's something that they both appreciate. They appreciate each other's accomplishments. They don't have to diminish what they're doing. That could have been also a thing that they've had to deal with in the past. They've had like maybe one or both of them has had like maybe disgruntled partners who don't necessarily celebrate them. So to have someone to celebrate with, to have someone who knows the ropes and can show you things, or you can show things to them, or you guys are doing the exact same thing and kind of coming up together, trying to be the best in your craft together, that's a beautiful thing. All right. So there's so much that we can learn from each other, expanding. Okay. So I feel like this also is talking about the long-term effect that they can have on each other. So we could see them ended up being together for a while, even if it doesn't end in marriage. Maybe Teyana doesn't want to get married again. Like, I don't know if he's been married, but maybe they don't want to do the marriage thing. What was that card that came out about? Like, we don't have to define our love for each other. Like, basically they know what it is. People can see that they're in love, like it's not like they're hiding each other. It's more so about like, sometimes people change, and for the worse, when there's a title behind it, or when there's like pressure to do those things. Like, those next progressions and levels should happen naturally, and they shouldn't be influenced by what we think other people think about or what we think is supposed to happen next. Okay, so I really like that. We have that pretty much squared away. I feel like that's a good ending. So Teyana and Aaron are the real deal, it seems like, and they could be Hollywood's next shining distraction. Okay, so spill what your comments are or your feelings about this relationship, anything that came up that you know about, because I know you guys sometimes see through the smoke and mirrors, So I would love to hear your thoughts on that. I love you guys. Make sure that you hit the like button and the subscribe button if you are new here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.